My name is George McLaughlin. I'm the physio of South Shields. You are watching Mariners TV.
John, a couple of disappointing games last few, but a chance to get back win away Saturday at Darlington RA.
Yeah, of course, obviously been away for New Year, but disappointing results, especially the one on Saturday, last minute goal against us, which is a bit of a sickener. But yeah, we've got to regroup, we've got to go again. We've got a tough game on Saturday against Darlington RA. A game earlier in the season which we should have won. I think we had Brett, our goalkeeper, sent off, but we were comfortable before that. But they've went on a good run. I think they sit the 5th on the table. They've got some good players there, so yeah, it'll be a hard game for. But yeah, if we go there with a better mentality and more compact, then we'll have more of a chance of winning the game, you know.
And I know you've mentioned wanting to make yourself harder to beat, haven't you?
Yeah, of course. I think we've got to be harder to beat, especially away from home. We've been a bit gung-ho like at times, full-backs getting on, not getting back in, midfielders not getting back to runners. But I think we've got to work harder as a team. That when we haven't got the ball, you get men behind the ball. I mean, you've seen the top teams in the Premier League do it. You've seen Southampton do it last week at Manchester United. If you can get men behind the ball and you're organised and you stop the opposition having space to play, then you can get rewards. I mean, you've seen Southampton, they didn't really have the ball, but they defended really well, and obviously they got the reward, they stuck together, they stopped Man United having space, and then they got the goal and won the game, and I'm not saying that we can be like Southampton, but what I'm saying is, as a team, we need to be more organised, and getting closer together when we haven't got the ball, rather than having too much space in between each player.
It was a tough training session tonight, wasn't it, with the weather and that, but a good turnout there?
Yeah, I think we had about 14, 15 lads there. Obviously it's good to have Ben riding back. He came back in. He'll also help with what I've just mentioned there. He's a big, strong defender, good in the air. He's got pace. He's been at the club before. Obviously he wanted to come back. He could have stopped at Bishop Auckland, where they wanted to keep him. I think we've got 4 centre-halves there. But yeah, he wanted to come, which is great. So it's great to have him. But also another massive signing for is Chris Renshaw, who's been here before. 6'3", big, strong lad, powerful. Very good when he hasn't got the ball, and very good when he has got the ball. So defender, centre half coming in, and obviously a defensive midfielder who can play at centre half. Yeah, he can even play further forward as an attack midfielder. He's a very good player. So to bring them 2 lads into the camp, that's hopefully going to help with what I've just spoke about, being harder to beat.
If we just talk about Ben first as well, I mean, he was at the club last season, wasn't he? He was one of the better players last year.
Yeah, Ben, he's a good lad. We got him from Eshwin, and he did very well for us. We didn't want to see the lad go, but obviously he wanted to move into the first division. So yeah, we wished him all the best, but I think he's just come back from a broken wrist, and yeah, to have him back's great. But he could have just repeated himself. He could have started Bishop Auckland. I think I had 4 centre-halves on the boot. When I spoke to David Bales, the manager, he said out of the 4, he's probably the most aggressive one that we've got. We want to keep him. So it took a bit of persuading, but obviously I think Ben can see obviously where the club's going for next season. Hopefully we're going to be back in our hometown. Hopefully we'll be challenging next season. So it's great that Ben wanted to come back to the club.
Yeah, and it shows a lot about what the club can do, isn't it? I mean, in the 2nd division, 16th in the table, but you can still attract a player like that.
Yeah, of course. I think Credit's got to go to Ben for that as well. Wanted to make the step down. From Bishop Auckland. I think Bishop Auckland's in the top half of the table. Playing against their 1st division opposition. They've got a good setup there, Bishop Auckland. But I spoke to Ben about our plans for next season and hopefully what's going to be happening. And it did take a bit of persuading, to be fair. But the main thing is he's come and he wanted to be back here, which is absolutely fantastic for us to have a 1st division player like himself choosing to come into the 2nd division. Maybe to take a step back to see where we're going to go forward next season. It's great to have him back.
Chris Renshaw as well. You've managed him in the past, haven't you? So what's he going to bring to the team?
Chris Renshaw's fantastic. He's a big, strong lad. He loves to tackle. Like I said before, he can play centre half. He can play as a sitting midfielder. He can play as an advanced centre midfielder. His ball retention is very good. He comes from the sticks, so he doesn't mess about. Played for West Auckland, played for Bishop Auckland. And he's actually got loads of experience of playing at a good level. I think he played in the Union Bond League as well for Whitby. But yeah, he's certainly got good experience. I've had him before. We had him when we were in the 1st division. Me and Lee Pickton had him, at Filtrona. He was a very good player for him. So coming into the 2nd division, he'll be absolutely fantastic for us in the 2nd division.
Are they both available for Saturday?
Both available for Saturday, yeah. Obviously Ben, he'd had plans to go away with his wife, his wife to be, but he's actually changed things over, so he's actually going to be available for Saturday. So Ben Ryden and Chris Renshaw are both coming into the squad for Saturday.
Is there any more team news early for that one?
Just the team news, obviously the Niggles. I mean, Stephen Ramsey was a doubt, but he's trained really well tonight. The other one that was a doubt was Davy Malloy. He's still in bed with the flu. So it's touch and go with Davy Malloy. The other one, which has been a big miss for us. Young Craig Roberts. I've actually spoken to his dad tonight before training, and the physio told me he's going to need at least 2 or 3 weeks rest with his hamstring. He's been to see a physio at Durham Cricket Club tonight, and they've informed it's going to be 2 or 3 weeks for this hamstring to heal. So I've actually said to his dad, well, hopefully we can try and get in for the next couple of weeks. So I think we play our quarter final against Berkeley, the rearranged game. I think it's the 20th of January.
Yeah.
So hopefully his recovery is going to be in the next 2 weeks. They've given some stretches and some exercises to do. So hopefully we'll have Craig back in a couple of weeks, you know.